Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have another look at do's and don't do's in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, we've done 2 episodes with this so far. One on my own, which is actually my most viewed video to date, and then we done one with His Royal Fatness. So do go check those channels, them videos out. They are pretty much on the main page of my YouTube channel. So we're just going to get into what you should do, what you shouldn't do, pretty much what things that we haven't covered, or I don't think we've covered in the last 2 videos that I did. So to start off with, we are going to get onto the do's. Now, the first up on my list is play specific game modes. So play the normal mode, play the special modes, play all different. Keep the game enjoyable. Don't stick to the same game mode day in, day out, because you'll end up getting bored. And not only that, but if you play the special game modes, Mad Games, Uprising, all them, and you can actually earn yourself free XP, you can earn yourself XP. So it's a great way to play a stock tank that doesn't affect your stats. So if you're grinding the Leopard 1 line and you're up to the Leopard PTA, you've just got it, Mad Games is there. I mean, go play Mad Games, because it doesn't matter if your tank is bad, because at the end of it, it's not going to affect your stats. It's not going to sort of ruin things for your tank, like the stats on the tank or whatever. All it's going to do is earn you a bit of credits, and it's going to earn you XP, so you can actually get the modules without even effectively playing the tank. So you play enough of Mad Games, you'll be able to fully equip your Leopard PTA before you go into random games, where then it does count. So even though I always say, like, them modes shouldn't be really used for grinding, because at the minute all them new special fun game modes are literally for people to grind. There is some, like Gravity, people do play for fun, and especially tanks like the 168, the VK 168, the Mouse, etc. like that. Yeah, they're for fun, but do use these modes to grind your tanks, because it will help you. Trust me, it will help you. Now, I have said this before. I know it. I have said it before. I don't know if I covered it in the other videos, but even if I did, I want to reiterate how important the minimap is. The minimap is literally your best friend. Always look at the minimap. It will show you where your team are. It will show you where the enemy team are. The minimap is your best friend. Now, usually I use the minimap for, like, tanks that are spotted. So instead of looking around the map and counting, like here you can see 2 tanks are spotted, you might have to move the camera left or right to see if any other tanks are spotted. Whereas if you just use the minimap, like, to count how many tanks are spotted, you can still focus what is in front of you without having to look around. So the minimap, I'll always say it in every video, and other YouTubers will say the same. The minimap is your best friend. You need to use the minimap. Next up is, again, it's something I do say regularly, but it's something I don't do, and I should really do more of it, and that is be patient. The battle is 7 minutes long. Use that 7 minutes if you have to. The average battle is around 3 minutes. So I see some games where there's 3 minutes left. It's a 1 versus 2. This person can really easily win this game, but he decides to sort of rush and try and get the kill, and he ends up losing. Where if he was just to sort of relocate into a different position, be patient, split the last 2 tanks up, and use those 3 minutes, the battle would be a completely different outcome. So use the time that you've got, be patient, and just, especially in things like TDs. And I know it's easy for me to say it, because I actually never do it, because I get bored. I do get bored sitting at the back of the map in a TD, got no shots, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go. And then towards the end of the game, I'm just like, I wish I wouldn't have moved, because right now I'd have had so many shots. So I've done it so many times, and it's something I could continue to do, and I'm probably going to continue to do it in the future. But to make you a better player, you need to be patient, and then you will become a better player. You'll get more damage, etc., and you'll survive a lot more. So also try different spots, like try different positions. Again, you get it where you're in a Death Star, for instance, and you go straight towards a TD position, and people know where you are, because even if you're not spotted, people know where you're going to be. Try different positions once in a while, you know. People won't expect it, especially in a Death Star, like, because you could do big damage. Get to the side of tanks, get to positions where people don't expect. So that's one thing. It doesn't always work. No, it's not always going to work, but that's another thing that I would suggest. Also, play different tiers. Don't stick to the same tier. Again, I get it so many times where people are like, oh, I've lost 20 in a row, or I've lost 10 in a row. Like, if you go on a losing streak at sort of 3-4 losses in a row, just try a different tier. If you carry on losing, go down a few tiers. Like, you're not always going to lose the games, and that's what I always suggest. Like, just try different tiers. Not only that, you will start winning, but you'll start having more fun playing different tier tanks. Like, me and Ami Annette a couple of days ago were playing tier 10, we kept losing. We went down to tier 8, we kept losing. We went down to tier 5, we kept winning, and we actually had a little bit of fun playing the tier 5. Yes, you can say we were still clubbing, but we were trying to do missions, clan missions, and we thought, you know what, let's just go tier 5, and it was fun. So try different tiers, don't stick to the same tier. Next up, do your research on the tank you are playing. Now, when you buy a tank, you might just bought the IS-4. You need to know where the weak points are on that, so you know where to angle. You know where sort of the armor, how good the armor is, etc. Use third-party websites like Blitzhanger, or apps like Armor Inspector, or Blitz Stars, things like that. Like, use these before you get the tank. Use it. Go onto Blitzhanger, look at the armor profile, and think, okay, there's a weak point. Maybe I should sort of hide that when I do play the tank. It will help. Platoon with friends. Platoon with your friends. That's just to, you'll win more because you're platooning with someone who knows how to play the game, hopefully, and you will have a lot more fun playing the game. So that's basically the list of my to-dos, do list, what to do, along with the other videos that I've made, and don't do's. Now, don't use all your free XP to get a tank. People grind a tank and then they're like, right, I can get the next tank, I'm going to use my free XP. Don't just grind the tank. If you've already got the modules for the tank, just keep going, because by the time you then get to the next tank and you use your free XP, you're not going to have any left to get the modules of that next tank. I would always suggest using the XP to get modules rather than the tank itself. Don't go into a position you should, don't go to the position you should go to. And that's what I said about trying new positions. Like, just because you're a TD doesn't mean you have to go to a TD position. You could, just because you're a heavy doesn't mean you have to go with the heavies. Take it like the AMX-50B. It's a fast tank. You don't have to go with your heavies. Maybe try out going with your mediums. Try different things out. Help your mediums. So don't always think that just because you're a heavy, you have to go with heavies. Next up, don't always, so that's basically that. Another one I always say is don't worry about stats. Don't worry about stats. You start focusing on stats, then you're going to start getting depressed because you're losing. You're going to start raging because you're losing. You're going to get pissed off because you didn't do 3k damage in your tier 10. And it's going to ruin your average damage. Guys, don't worry about stats. Just have fun. Gradually your stats will improve the more you have fun playing. If you're having fun playing, it means you're winning, right? Which means overall your stats should go up. And the last thing I've got on the don't do's is don't just listen to one YouTuber. And I mean that. Being a YouTuber, I would like to say, look, don't listen to them other guys. They talk bullshit. Just come to me. I'll talk sense. Watch my videos. Don't worry about watching theirs. That's bollocks. That's bollocks. Don't just listen to one YouTuber. If I do a review on an STB, don't just listen to mine. Go up to another YouTuber. go and watch their STB review, because they may play it differently to how I play it. They may play it completely different, and overall it gets you a few options. So if you watch my video, it's just like, oh, okay, I must play it like this. No, I could be wrong. Like, I'm talking on, when I talk about tank, I'm talking about it from my point of view, and I'm not saying my point of view is always correct, which is why I always say, like, look at other YouTubers' videos, because you might then get a play style that fits you from another YouTuber. So that is it, guys. I hope this short video helps. Do's and don't do's part 3. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Meadsy. Please subscribe, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye. With